Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 game, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2 game, man. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, that jump was crazy. My scanner wasn't working on him. I looked, that jump just bouncing off him. I was like, I can't scan this dude, man. But I was like, man, you know what? Lamont ain't no predator, man. You know what I mean? I said, man, that's crazy. I said, you know, I said, Lamont. I said, man, for real, bro. I said, get him right, man. I said, you need to get him right, man. He said, yeah, I know, man, because, you know, he grabbed his lunch bag. He said, yeah, man, you know, like, he been getting beat up. I heard he been getting beat up on the other side of the yard for so long. Like, I'm about to try to get him right. That's what I'm about to try to do. I'm about to try to get him right. That's what I'm about to do, man. I'm about to try to get him right, man. I'm like, man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. He was like, yeah, somebody got to do it. You know, somebody got to do it, man. I was like, yeah, that's what's up, man. You know what I mean? So I kind of checked myself. Because I'm like, for real, man, like, I ain't had it scammed, bro. Just left the streets. You know what I mean? He one of the freshest people that's from the streets in our block. You know what I mean? He just left the streets. It's just when you get locked up again, like they don't send you to, like, you might go to a lower level. No, they still gonna classify you as far as from how your old junk was. If you under still probation and all of that, so you gonna come back to that high level that you left, just in case. You know what I mean? When you gonna come back to that high level that you left when you went home the first time, man. So that's why he was at substitute with us. Man, I promise you, man, I checked myself. Y'all. I promise y'all, man. I was like, man, that's messed up. Man, that's scaring Lamont, man. So we got locked down, everything went good. We went to lunch, they in the cell together, everything was straight. So we got locked down after count. So we got locked down, we in the cell. So my roommate was like, hey, man, I was talking to my roommate. I was like, yo, bro, I had seen my roommate. So my roommate was like, hey, look, I meant to ask you, when you was standing at the door and Lamont was moving his stuff in, why was you looking at him like that? I was like, what do you mean looking at him like that? He was like, nah, I'm talking about like you was in a daze or something, bro. Like the whole time he don't know I'm trying to scam him. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I do. He like, nah, like you was like spaced out. I was like, oh, nah. I said, nah, bro. I said, man, look. I said, man, Lamont moved in the jump with Sean, bro. You ain't know that? He was like, yeah, I seen it. He was like, man, but still though, he was like, you know, he need to get toughened up, man. He needs somebody to toughen him up, man, because he an idiot, man. He do idiot stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that's what he gonna do. I was like, man, but nah, I probably just was in a daze, bro. He ain't doing nothing, man. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah. He was like, man, I rock with Lamont, though. Lamont, all right. You know what I mean? Lamont cool. So we like, all right, we left it alone. So when they came back out, man, like, that's all you seen now. They working out crazy. Now the workout is starting to heat up. To the point where, damn, they back there in the back, and he trying to teach them how to do pull-ups. Now, if you don't know how to do pull-ups, man, like, you're gonna struggle on your first tries, like, for a long time. It probably gonna take you 6 months to get it right. I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless you're real skinny and you can just, but you got a little weight to you, and you never really done pull-ups, man. It's gonna take you a second to get used to doing pull-ups, man. Yeah, these gonna come easier, but these gonna be the hard ones. When you learn how to pull your body weight up this way, like, it's gonna be the best thing ever. You're gonna feel good. I remember when I first did it for the first time, because when I was in school back in the day, man, I couldn't do one pull-up when they used to have a physical fitness test, man. I used to be embarrassed. Sometimes I used to skip class game just to duck the pull-ups, man. I promise you, man. But like, when I got to prison and I finally like learned how to control my weight, like, I used to love doing pull-ups, man. So at first, dudes had to spot me. You know what I mean? My man used to spot me. Like, we'll be outside. I never really got spotted in the block. When we used to be outside on substitute, my homeboy used to spot me. But the way he used to spot me was he would grab my legs from like this, like sideways, and just, like, you know what I mean? Like, give me a little spot. Like, it's a little spot. So I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm getting used to it. And like, once I started getting really used to it and I'm losing weight, like, the pull-ups became easy. So I look and see the dude Lamont, the way he's spotting Sean, it don't look crazy, but like, Sean on the steps trying to, like, you know, the steps going up like this. Like, they under the steps. So they trying to grab onto the steps right there. Sean on the jump like, yeah. Then you look up, you see Lamont got his waist. Lamont like this. Come on. Yeah, there's one. Come on. Like, the higher he get, it was like the lower his hands was getting. He was like, yo, come on. Come on, 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 come on. Yeah, get him up there. Get him up there, yeah, get him up there. That's two. Come on, come on. One more. You got one more in you. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, hands get low. His hands get super low. He like, yeah, come on. Now he got his waist. He like, yeah, come on. Good money. Good money. Good money. Good money. Lamont, jump up there, jump. Yeah. Come on, man. You gonna learn how to do it one way or the other, man. You gotta get the fundamentals down pat first. Sean was like, yeah, like, I'm listening to everything you're saying. When you think I'll be able to fight? He was like, hey, you ain't gonna be able to fight right yet, man. You gotta get the fundamentals down pat, man. You gotta get the fundamentals. Sean was like, yeah, but look, I could barely walk from the squats, man. My freaking ankles is on fire, man. Like, I could barely walk. He was like, no, you doing squats. You ain't getting away from squats. No, you gonna do them squats. So we all at the bench listening to this joint like, he tell the man, no, you gonna do them squats. You ain't getting away from them squats, man. I don't know, man, but that sound a little crazy to me, y'all. So boom. Still though, I'm still not thinking nothing. I'm still not trying to see if it's a situation where, you know what I mean, like the dude Lamont gonna be a total maniac. Like I'm not even looking at him in that light. I promise y'all, man, I'm not, man. But like sometimes predators be in disguise, man. And like the only reason I say that is this, man, because I didn't really know this, man. It always it's always somebody in prison, y'all. Like my word, it's always somebody that know you. There's always somebody that know you, man. It's always somebody that know you. I'm letting you know now, man, like you will never be able to get away with nothing as long as that one person know you, man, because there's always one person that know you in there. And then the one person that knew Lamont, man, for real, man, was another dude from his county that was in a non-tobacco part across from us. Now, the dude was an older dude, and I used to see Lamont talk to him from time to time, but I had got a reading off the dude from over there, and he was a booty bandit. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them was in that 2A jump. A lot of them weren't booty bandits, but a lot of them was the ones that don't mess with tobacco. They always ducked off in a pod called a non-tobacco pod. You know what I mean? And they used to be in that jump. Massive booty bandits in that jump. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But the old dude used to talk to Lamont. Now, even though he a booty bandit, you would think Lamont probably know him from back in the day. You know what I mean? But the whole time, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that was that because my homeboy that was over there, my homeboy never messed with the La. He never messed with the Black and Miles. He never messed with the Newport game. He didn't do nothing. So he was over there. But he wasn't on that type of action. He was a Muslim. He stayed out the way. Like, he wasn't on none of that. But, like, I would talk to him like he was somebody that I knew. He just was in that block. So when I went outside one day and talked to him, me and him on the basketball court, they on the court beside us. I'm on this court. Now, over there in the corner is the dude Lamont and Sean working out. Lamont got the dude ankles like this. He holding his ankles while he do push-ups. They right there over there by the ice cooler. They over there doing push-ups. So he got to doing push-ups. You know what I mean? Like the more push-ups he do, he lifting them up higher. He doing them jumps. Like Sean trying to do them. Sean trying to do as many as he can. So he doing them and he breaking them down. Then when he break up, he like, come on, I'm gonna spot you. Get up, give me 5 regular push-ups. And he grabbing them from the inside of his body. Like he over top of him. His legs is like over top of him. Like he's over top of his like core. And he's grabbing them like this. Like, come on, get up. It looked like his balls was all in his head, to be honest with y'all. Y'all look kind of maniac game, so boom. But he's spotting them on push-ups. So the old head dude, he the old head dude that called Lamont. So when the old head dude that called Lamont was like, hold on, give me a second. He spot Sean for the rest of his jump. And then he walked over there to the old head. So when he went over there to the old head, him and the old head start talking. So the dude that I'm talking to that's in the pod with him, he was like, man, they weren't that close to us, but when they saw we was right there, they kind of went further down the gate. He was like, man, I hate that dude, man, that old dude, man. He's like, all he want to do is sit in here and try to chase boys and get boys moving in our block. He was like, man, for real, that junk on non-tobacco junk, I'll move, man. I just can't take the smell of that junk if I'm in the cell with somebody, man. So that's the punishment you will have if you're in a non-tobacco. If you somebody don't do tobacco, but you like, I'm gonna try to buck and don't go to the non-tobacco party, you got to be able to deal with somebody in your cell that's gonna be blowing tobacco. You know what I mean? So like, he was like, man, if I can take that junk out of the lead, man. He was like, man, because dude, man, I get tired of looking at his face, man. He was like, he a booty bandit, man. I was like, yeah. I was like, for real? I ain't even know Lamont be messing with him, man. He was like, shh, he probably a booty bandit too. I was like, man, go ahead. Look, bro, you never know who in disguise, bro. He was like, just because you don't see them, just because you don't see what they doing all the time or don't know what they doing all the time don't mean they ain't no predators, bro. I was like, man, so you saying, well, bro, a predator in disguise? He was like, I ain't saying that because I don't know. He was like, man, 9 times out of 10, if he hanging with this dude, then he a freaking predator. So I'm like, when he said that, that's what made me look over there when he was talking. And I looked over there and I just seen the old dude over there like, he was cheesing. He was having a conversation with him. He was like, he just keeps smiling. So I'm like, so my homeboy was like, I'll be back, Weezy, hold on. So he ran and started talking to the dude that was on yard two, because they was on the outside court. So he went and talked to the dude on yard two. So he ran over there real quick. So he ran over there. I kind of walked out a little bit to like a little bit, not in the way of the game, because they playing half court. You know what I mean? So I'm like this. I walked over to the left a little bit, and I just heard the old dude. This is my word. The old dude was like, yeah, you break him yet? Man, you been taking so long to break him. Why you BSing on him, man? You need to hurry up and break him, man. If I can come over there. Yeah, when he said that, I was like, I ain't want to look all the way back to let them know that I know him, you know what I mean? I ain't want to look all the way back to let them know that I heard him. I was like, did you break him yet? I'm like, hold on, man. I know I ain't just hear that, man. And I look back again. Oh, he was like, man, look, yeah, you need to hurry up. You ain't break him yet, man. Man, you better hurry up and break him. I'm like, word, it's my word. He was like, man, hold on. He walked past me to go back to do his set on the push-ups. It's my word. He knocked his jaws out. Boom, 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 boom. He's like, come on. Sean got down. Sean couldn't even do 5. He like this. He get over top of Sean again, but this time he get closer. His balls really was on Sean's head. Pause. He was like, come on. Get up. His face was like this. Hey, come on. Come on. One more. Every time he sprayed, he put his balls deeper on his head. He was like, come on, one more. He lifted him up. When he lifted him up, he was like, you got it. You gonna get right. You gonna get right. I was like, I was like, man, ain't no way, man. I was like, man, ain't no way, man. I was like, man, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I was like, that's crazy, man. I was like, the whole time this dude, he been moving around like in disguise as a predator, man. Like I looked at him and I really could see like a predator like bodysuit on him slightly, man. Like I'm just like, he didn't just have the helmet. This man got the whole bodysuit, y'all. So boom. I'm like, man, Sean might be in trouble, man. But like at the end of the day, you grown. You better be able to distinguish who's this and who's that. Like I ain't gonna lie, he pulled the wool over my eyes. And I still could be wrong. But at the end of the day, only time gonna tell, man. And the old head over here talking crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, what could it be, man? It got to be that, man. He got to be a predator, man. This man got to be a predator, man. I just looked at him in the most foul. It just didn't sit right with me just even looking at him. I was just like, he was just like, yeah, come on. Yeah, you gonna get right. Yeah, you gonna get you right. And I just watched him keep spotting Sean, putting his freaking ball sack on the man back of his neck. I'm like, man, this is out of control, man. So I didn't even know how to even deal with that. You know what I mean? But you see so much stuff in penitentiary, you gotta learn how to deal with it anyway. So like I can't let this stuff bother me because he ain't bothering me. You know what I mean? I'm just like, man, I just didn't know that Lamont was like that, man. Will I treat him different? I don't know. Like we didn't really talk as much. But like now that we neighbors, like we would speak. Hey, you got a sugar twin, this is a little conversation, you got an instant, little small talk like that. We are neighbors now. He's in the cell with Sean. So I'm like, man, this joke crazy, man. I was like, yo, this joke crazy. So I went back in the room and I told my roommate, man, I was like, yo, look, bro. I said, man, I think the dude Lamont, man, booty bandit, man. He was like, why you say that? I was like, bro, because he hang with that old dude across the hall. I said, he hang with that old dude in A-Pod. That's a booty bandit, bro. I said, for real, my homeboy that's in the block with him, man, say that the old head a super booty bandit, bro. And I said, they was on the gate talking, bro. And I said, he was talking to Lamont. And guess what I heard him say? He was like, what? I said, man, I heard the old dude say, man, you ain't break him yet. Man, it's taking so long to break him, man. You need to hurry up and break him. You need to hurry up. He was like, break him? What break him mean? I was like, bro, what you think it mean, bro? What you think it mean, man? I was like, man, so my roommate was like, man, you heard him say that for real? That's your word. I was like, bro, that's word on everything I love, bro. That's word. He was like, shh. He was like, man, see, like Sean thinking like he trying to get right. Like he don't want to be nobody getting whooped no more. So he trying to get with somebody that's going to teach him. You know what I mean? The whole time, this man a predator, man. I was like, yo, he a predator in disguise, bro. I was like, because he don't even come across as a dude that shake, rattle, and roll. You know what I mean? I say he look like a regular dude that just know how to kickbox real good. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, this joke crazy, man. My roommate was like, man, I wonder what he was doing on the street. You think he was messing with the boys on the street? I was like, bro, you mess with the boys in penitentiary, you'll mess with them on the street. Like, Like, that's a known fact, bro. If you can sneak and do it in prison, you gonna sneak and do it on the street. You know what I mean? I was like, so at the end of the day, I think he was, bro. He was like, well, look, well, why he don't be in this joint talking to no boys? Why he don't be messing with no boy? I said, because, bro, he was waiting for his opportunity. He said, what's his opportunity? I said, his opportunity was trying to train somebody like Sean, dumbass, how to kickbox, man. I said, God damn, was his first student, man. I said, this shit crazy as a bitch, man. He said, you think we should tell Sean? I was like, man, I ain't telling Sean shit. I'm not getting in that shit, bro. I don't have time to be fucking beefing with no fucking predator, not a kickbox, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I ain't got no smoke with that nigga, man. I ain't got no beef with bro, man. Like, Sean got to smarten up. He was like, man, nah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna tell that nigga, bro. You know what I mean? Cause Sean, like, he all right, we neighbors now, so I talk to him from time to time. His mama passed away and shit not too long ago, bro. He said that's what fucked him up. That's what fucked him up, man, with the money and the way he be acting. I'm like, for real, bro? So I didn't even know he was getting majorly acquainted with Sean burnt out ass. You know what I mean? But he was like, nah, I'm gonna tell him. I'm at least ask him, is he hard in here? You know what I mean? He was like, look, bro, you mind if I call him in the cell and count clear? I said, man, where the fuck Lamont gonna be at when you call him in the cell? He's like, oh, fuck, where he gonna be at, Weezy? I'm gonna see the man straight. I'm like, all right, bro, you know what I mean? So that's what he did. When count cleared, he waited to see how Sean was moving. And then see what Lamont did. Lamont went and got in the shower when he came out. Lamont went and got straight in the shower. As soon as the doors popped, he ran to the shower. Y'all know we close to the showers because we in 6th, they in 7th. They closer to the shower than us. But like he went straight to the shower. So roommate, man, like he really like feeling like he really gonna say something to Sean about this, man. I didn't think it was a good idea. I'm not saying that he's supposed to be scared of Lamont. My roommate won't nobody know that he didn't look like a slouch either. My roommate probably like 6 feet tall, little slim dude, cut up dude, you know what I mean? He didn't look like he was a slouch either at the end of the day. But still though, you gotta know how to mind your business sometime, man. That's just how it going there, y'all. So he seen the whole play. I came on look. I seen Lamont go into the shower. I was like, to the shower. And then I see my roommate peeking in his door like, hey, me holler at you right quick, Sean. Come to my cell. So I guess Sean jumped off the top bunk. Sean headed to our cell. So when Sean came to our cell, he walked in the joint. He was like, what's up? Like, he didn't look like nobody that was being violated. He didn't look like he was sad. He didn't look like nothing like that. When Sean walked in the joint, Sean just was like, what's up? So we looking at him. I'm like, potential. I was like, my roommate was like, look, man, you all right over there? He was like, what do you mean by that? He's like, I'm asking you all right? Like, what do you mean? You our neighbors. We trying to make sure you all right. I wanted to be like, yo, we? Nah, we ain't trying to do nothing, but I ain't say it though. He was like, I'm trying to make sure you straight. He was like, why wouldn't I be straight? He was like, man, look, man, so Lamont ain't over there trying to do nothing, is he? He was like, do something. Like, what do you mean? Like, man, look, if you don't know what I mean, then don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, man. He was like, I mean, like, nah, the only thing he do that I don't agree about, the only thing he do that I don't agree on is that, when we locked down, he sleep naked. I'm like, what? That's what made me, I wasn't even gonna say nothing at first. I was like, what? What you just say? He was like, yeah, when we locked down, when he go to sleep, he sleep naked. So when he sleep naked. I'm like, how you know he sleep naked? But you seen him naked? He was like, nah, he get up and pee naked. I just did one of these jumps. My roommate was like, man, hold on. Time out. You trying to tell me Lamont sleep naked with you in the cell and he get up and use the bathroom naked with you in the cell? He was like, yeah, what's wrong with that? Roommate was like, what's wrong with that? Roommate was like, man, you wildin', man. What's wrong with you, Sean? We was like, what? What'd I do? He was like, man, what do you mean what you do, man? He said, man, what you want to do in there sword fighting, man? He was like, what? He said, man, y'all in there sword fighting, man. He was like, man, nah, man, but I think he liked me, though. He was like, what? He was like, I think he liked me, man. Like, I told him I ain't like that, though. I was like, oh. I was like, excuse me, right quick. I got about to say on y'all, so boom. Ooh, man, I didn't want to be right there no more. I didn't want to hear no more. I went and sat at the table and watched the old heads play chess. I don't even know how to play chess. I was right there like this. I could still see him at my door talking to my roommate. I'm like, shh, I ain't got nothing to do with that jump in this word. Lamont got out the shower. That's all you hear is Lamont coming down that jump like this. He can't really see his roommate in the cell. You know what I mean? Because it's his door, then it's our door. He would have to actually look around to see his roommate in our cell. This is my word. He was like, Open my door, CO. He turned around, looked in his window. He was like, Sean. Sean came from outside. Yeah. He was like, what you doing in there? He looked around. He was like, what you doing in there? He looked around, see my celly talking to him. He was like, what you doing in there? His word, Sean was like, we were just talking. He was like, what you was talking about? He was like, I want to talk about that. He was like, man, get your ass in the damn cell. He mushed the hell out of Sean. That Sean was like,
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.